Sudan continues to deal with a political crisis. Military leader General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan has chaired the first meeting of the new ruling council. The council is expected to announce a new prime minister, but there is discontent over the military's takeover. Protests took place on Saturday with thousands taking to the streets. So far, the death toll stands at 7. Among them, a 13-year-old girl, according to the Central Committee of Sudanese Doctors. Police were accused of using live ammunition against demonstrators, which they've denied. The military took power in late October, dissolving the then transitional government. Several officials were arrested, including Prime Minister Abdullah Hamdok. We're now joined by CGTN's Naba Mohiedeen in Khartoum, and David Otto-Endeley is joining us from Kigali. David is a director on security for Horn of Africa Institute for Peace and Security. Thank you so much to you both for being on the program. Naba, let's begin with you in Khartoum. General Burhan chairing the first meeting of the newly formed Sovereign Council yesterday. What came out of that meeting, Naba?
They said they will form a civilian-led government in the upcoming days, and they promise that it will run the country in a way that's satisfying everyone, and to make a new way of ruling the country that will be compatible with the December Revolution goals and aspirations. And the meetings say that the formation of the new government will take place very soon, and they will name a prime minister with Hamdok or not.
Well, David, let's come to you. What's your analysis of the latest events in Sudan? And why do you think that even though there are these calls for a return to civilian leadership, why is the military holding on to power there?
I think the reason is very simple. Lest we forget, the transitional government that was overthrown by the military was also a beneficiary of the 2019 coup, which again was launched by the military. So if you've got to support one coup and then form a transitional government, then you should be ready to support another one. Now, the simple reason why the military is holding on to these changes that is made, removing the old 2019 transitional government, is because it can do that, and it's got the force to maintain that, as you've seen in some of the casualties and the death, during the peaceful protest launched by pro-civilian protesters. So it's simply because the military has the ability and the capability to take over the country by force. And this is why I think any coup d'etat, irrespective of whether a leader is not liked by one set of the population or the other, should be condemned.
Now, but let's come back to you in Khartoum. When can we expect the naming of a new prime minister? And I think one of the questions that is on so many people's minds on the continent is what is to become of ousted Prime Minister Hamdok?
Actually, yes, we can see Abdullah Hamdok back if the military responded to the international calls and pressure by reinstating Abdullah Hamdok and his cabinet. We can see Abdullah Hamdok if the military adhere to the constitutional draft, and if they step back from taking unilateral decisions, as the international community warned, and if they listen to majority of people desire. But if they are insisting on taking unilateral decisions and forming the government, as they said in the last in the last meeting with the Sovereign Council, if they insisted on forming the new government and to impose this reality, we probably will not see Abdullah Hamdok back, and we will see more escalation from all parties and more fragility.
Thank you so much. Naba Mohiedeen speaking to us from Sudan's capital, Khartoum. And we also had David Otto-Endeley, and he is the Director of Security for Horn of Africa Institute for Peace and Security.